Hello guys, welcome back to Tech Projects. I am back with another great video, and in this video we are going to design a WhatsApp tab layout, or we can say tab layout similar as to WhatsApp with fragments and a view pager. So before starting this video, first I want to show what we are going to make. So you can see I already created an application. So it contains an action bar which show it's WhatsApp, but you can type anything according to your own app name. Now by default I am on home fragment, and you can see, and the text size of the home fragment which show this is chats fragment, the size is large and the other fragment size is small. So let us suppose I click on status. So you can see now I am on status fragment, and the text size of the status is increased and the other two sizes are now small. Now if I click on call, then the fragment changed successfully, and now I am on call fragment. So you can see this app work fine. Now I want to show one more thing. This fragments is work fine when I click on any of them. Now I use view pager inside this fragments, or we can say these all fragments hold on view pager. So if you don't know what is view pager, just see. Let us suppose if I swipe. So you can see I swipe. I can also switch between fragment using swipe by not on clicking. So you can see if I swipe, then it work fine. So this is known as view pager. View pager help to implement the fragment with the swipe option. So we can switch to fragment, or we can say move between fragments inside an activity using swipe. So you can see it work fine. So in this video I'm going to give you complete detail how to use view pager, how to use fragment inside a view pager, and how to create this kind of application which is similar as WhatsApp tab layout. So don't further delay, now let's start the video and see how to make it. And one more thing, if you want to get complete information, then watch this video till end, and please like the video and subscribe my channel for latest update. So now let's start and see how to make it. So for this, simply open your Android Studio, and I open already my Android Studio. Now simply click on start a new Android Studio project. Now simply click on empty activity and click on next. Now give any name to your application. I give view pager fragment tab layout, but you can give any name, it is your choice. Now simply click on finish. Now may it take time here to load, so be patient. So now our project loads successful, so we are ready to write the code. So first of all we design our tab layout, then we include our tab layout inside our main activity. Then we create some fragment, and at last we implement the code using adapter, or we can say using view pager adapter inside our main activity.java file. So don't further delay, now let's start writing the code. So first of all we have to create a tab layout. So open your, or we can say expand your resource folder. Now click on layout, and it is activity main XML file, so we have to create a new XML file. So right click, then click on new, then click on layout resource file. Now give any name. So I give tab underscore layout, but you can give any name. Now simply click on OK. Now this is our tab layout file, so click on split. I minimize this code from here a little bit. Now let's done. Change the height to wrap content. Remember, simply change the height to wrap content. Now press enter and set the orientation horizontal. Set the background primary. That's done. Now come outside from this bracket and simply change the constraint layout to linear layout. It is better to use linear layout here, so I simply change it by linear layout. Now you can see it's fine. Now inside this we have to write all of our code. So simply take a text view. So I simply take an open bracket, type text view. Now set the layout with match parent and give any height. I give 50 dp. Now set the Android text, which text you want to appear. So I simply type here chats. This is our first element of our tab layout. Now assign any ID to use in main Java file. So I simply give the ID chat. Now I simply give the text color hashtag 6xF, which is white color. Now press enter. Now set the gravity center. Set the text size 25 dp is fine for first element, because by default we are on chat fragment, so I give the large text size, but our remaining two text sizes I give the 20 dp. And in main activity.java file we implemented how to change the text size on switching fragments, so don't worry. Now close this. So you can see this is our text view, and this is not appear here. So because why it is not appear here, simply type here layout weight and set the layout weight 1. And this is nothing shown here because I give the wrong color code. I delete one F, and you can see now it's looking fine. Now we need two more elements, so simply copy this code. I copy this code and simply paste 2 times here. 1 time, 2 times. That's done. Now it's shown error, and you know what is the error. This is the error due to the ID similar ID. So I give the ID, this is status, and I also change the text by status. Now the third one is for call. So replace the ID by call and simply also change the text, and that's done. Now simply change the text size, set the text size 20 dp and also set the text size 20 dp. But I think we have to give the text size in sp not in dp, so simply I change the dimension by sp not dp. So I type sp, that's done. Now by default, as we know, we have to set our home fragment, so simply I type this. I set the text size of status tab in 20 sp and the call tab 20 sp and the chat tab 25 sp. So because we have to set our main user on our home fragment, that's done. Now come into our activity main XML file. So open your main activity XML file. Now simply click on split and delete this hello world because we don't need this. Now first of all, we have to include our tab layout inside this our activity. So simply take an open bracket and type include, then space, then layout. This is layout and pass the layout name. My layout name is tab layout. Now close this bracket and now you can see it implemented successfully here. Now we have to implement view pager inside this because we have to switch between fragment using the swipe also. So simply we have to create a view pager inside this activity, or we can say on or whole activity. So simply take an open bracket and simply type here view pager and it automatically shows installation. So press enter. Now set the layout with match parent, height match parent. Give the ID to this view pager. So I give the ID fragment container, but you can give any ID, it is your choice. Set the margin top because this height is 50 dp, so set the margin top 50 dp because we need view pager below this tab layout. Now close this. Now our almost work is complete of this design. Now we have to simply create a fragment and create the Java classes correspond to that fragment, and also we have to create an adapter and simply we have to write the code into our main activity.java file. So first start creating fragment for this. So we have to create a chat fragment, we have to create a status fragment, and we have to create a calls fragment. So first I create the design of fragment. So I right click here, then click on new, then select layout resource file. Now first fragment is our chat fragment, so I type here chat fragment. Now click on OK. Now simply click on split. Now simply change the constraint layout to relative layout. Inside this we have to write all of our code. So simply take a text view, set the layout with wrap content, height wrap content. Simply set the text which you want to appear, but you can type here according to your own working, but I simply type here chat to show this is different fragment. Now set the text color, so I simply prefer using white color code. Simply set the text style bold, center in parent simply pass true. Now close this. Now the text is not appear because due to the white color and the background color is also white. So come here and simply change the background color. So I simply type here background, and you can use my color code or you can use your color code, it is your choice. So my color code is FF6448 and now you can see it looking fine. Now set the text size which you want, so I think 40 sp is fine. Now this fragment is created successfully. So we need two more fragment, for status fragment and for call fragment. So right click here on chat fragment, then copy this. After copy, simply click on layout, right click, then paste. Now give the name to this fragment status fragment. Now click on OK. Then again right click here. Now click on paste. And this is our for call fragment. So simply type here call frag. Now click on OK. Now this is our call fragment. So first I replace the text by calls and I simply change the background color to make sure this is different. 47527A. And this color code is looking fine. Now come inside your status fragment. So this is our status fragment, so simply change it the text by status and also change the background color and it looking fine. So now our fragment is ready. Now we have to create Java classes correspond to handle these fragment. So let's start creating Java classes. So right click on your package name, then right click here, then new, then Java class. Now simply give the class name correspond to that fragment. So first fragment is call fragment, so I simply type here call fragment, then OK. Now simply here you have to type extends fragment. That's done. Now come here inside here. Now alt insert. We have to override a method, so simply select override method by using alt plus insert. Now press enter. Now simply here you have to type on create view, then press enter and it automatically write the code. So now simply delete this line and here you have to type inflator dot inflate r dot layout dot, and this is for our call fragment. So simply type here call fragment, then comma, and simply type here null, then semicolon. Now you can see the Java class is ready. Now right click here on your Java class, then copy this Java class. After copy, simply again click on your package name, then right click, then paste it. Now we have to create an class for our status fragment 2. So simply I give the name status fragment. And this is very easy, you can do it by own and simply change the fragment name. So this is for handling our status fragment. If you are already working with fragment, then you already know, then we have to create some Java classes correspond to that fragment. So maybe this is not new for you. Now again right click, we need our chat fragment too. So simply click on paste, and this is for our chat fragment. So I change the name by chat fragment. Then I click on OK. Now simply change the name. So this is Java class to handle our chat fragment. So that's done. Now our 80% work is complete. Now we have to simply create an adapter, and we have to simply write some code into our main activity.java file. So now let's create an adapter to handle these all of fragments. And also we have to using adapter to implement view pager successfully. For creating an adapter to handle these fragments, so right click on your package name, then click on new, then select Java class. Now simply give the class name pager view adapter, but you can give any name according to your own preference. Then press enter. Now here you have to type extends. So simply type here extends, then simply type fragment pager adapter. Now it's show an error. So it's say to implement method. So you can see when I take cursor on this red line, it's show a pop-up of implement methods. So simply select implement methods from here. Now simply click on OK, and this implements the method successfully. Now what we have to do, we have to also create a constructor inside this. So press enter first. Inside this bracket, we remember this 7 number line. So now after implementing method, it still show an error. So we have to create a constructor too. Take your cursor again on red line. Now click on create constructor matching super. And now click select OK. And that's it. Now our error is gone. So now let's start writing the code. So first of all, it returns 0. So simply type here 3 because our tab layout contains 3 items. So if your tab layout contain 4 items, then you have to type 4, and if your tab layout contain 2, then you have to type 2. Be remember this thing. Now all code we have to write inside this. So I press enter so many times here. So let's start writing the code. So first declare a variable of fragment type. So simply type here fragment. Then again give any variable name. I give fragment and assign a null. That's it. Now we have to switch in position. So it return the position of our current tab layout, and it say where we currently stand. And so for this, simply take 2 curly braces, and inside this simply type case, and if case is 0, then we have to set our user on our, we can say, chat fragment. So simply type here fragment equal new, then chat fragment, then semicolon. Now break this. Now simply copy this code, Control C copy. Now press enter so many times, then again paste it one time, then again paste it one more time because we have 3 items. Now this is for case 1. If our case is 1, then we have to set our user on our status fragment. So you can see it automatically showing suggestion. So I remove this extra part. Now if our case is 2, then we have to set our user on our call fragment. So I delete this first. Then I simply type here call fragment, then semicolon. And at last we have to write some line. You can see this is return null. So we have to return here fragment, and that's done. Now our 90% work is complete. Now we have to simply write the code inside our main activity.java file. So open your main activity.java file. So I close this everything here from here. So this is access part. So I close everything. Let's first declare some variable to access our all XML ID into our main activity.java file. So simply first come here inside this and simply type here private. Then first we have to declare a variable of view pager type, and then again any give name. I give view pager. Now simply type private again. Then declare variable of text view type. So simply type a text view. Now we have 3 fragments. So chat, call, and status, then semicolon. Now type here private. Now we have to declare a variable to handle the view pager view adapter class. So simply type here pager view adapter. It automatically shows suggestion. Now give any variable name, again give pager view adapter. Now we have to assign XML IDs into these. So our first is chat. So simply type here chat, then equal, then find view by ID r.id.chat. So now what is chat? So you can see when I create this tab layout, inside this I give the ID name chat, status, though these IDs. So we have to also set on click listener to these. Because why we set on click listener? Because we have to switch fragment with click on any icon, or we can say on any item, and we have to also switch between fragment using swipe. Now our second item is status. So simply type status equal find view by ID r.id.status, then semicolon. Now our third item is call equal find view by ID r.id.call, then semicolon. Now our id for view pager, handling the view pager equal find view by id r.id dot fragment manager. So it's not showing suggestion here, so open your main activity file. So I give the name here fragment container. So we have to use this id here. So this is capital F, so I simply type fragment container then semicolon. Now we have to set our user on to our by default on chat fragment. So simply type here first chat dot set on click listener, inside bracket simply type here new, then capital O and press enter. After doing this, simply type here view pager dot set current item, and inside this simply type 0. So already we write the code into our adapter class. If we have on 0, then we have to set our user on chat fragment. Now what we have to do, you have to simply copy this code. So I copy this code from here, Control C, then paste it 2 times. So that's done. Now simply change it by chat to status. So if our user on status, then we have to set our position 1, and if our user on calls, then we have to set our current position 2, because position start from 0. That's done. Now we have to write the code for our, we have to switch between fragment using swipe option also. So for this we have to write code. So simply type here pager view adapter, then equal, then type new, then pager view adapter. Inside this simply type here get support fragment manager, then semicolon. Now type view pager dot set adapter. Inside this simply type here pager view adapter. So our variable name is pager view adapter, as you know. Now simply type here view pager dot add on page chain listener, and inside this simply type a new, then view pager. It automatically shows suggestions, so press enter first. Now you can see it automatically write the code on page scroll and on page selected. This method is implemented successfully. Now come outside from this bracket. So inside this we have to create a function. So first of all, if page is selected, we have call in function. If some user selected any page and then swipe up, then we have to call in function again and again. So simply type here on change tab, and inside this we have to simply pass position and then semicolon. So it's on error. So simply take your cursor here, then click on this bulb. Now create method. Now select main activity. It automatically create this function. So inside this we have to write all of our code. So if position is 0, then what we have to do? If position equal 0, then we have to set the text size. So simply type here chat dot set, because we have to also change the text size when user switch between fragments. So simply type here set text size. Our work is almost 100% incomplete till this on change tab position, or we can say if you don't write this, then our application works still fine. But why this we write this code? Because we have to change the text size on switching between fragments. So we write this code. But if you don't need this type of function, or we can say this type of functionality into your tab layout, then you don't need to write this code. So if this, then set the text size 25, and the remaining two, and for remaining two simply type status dot set text size, and this is 20, or we can say 15 is fine for remaining two, and I type here status dot set text size 15 is fine. To show the clear cut difference, I give the 15 here. Now what we have to do? We have to simply copy this code. So I copy this code from here, Control C, then I simply paste it 2 times. Now if position equal 1, it means we are on status fragment. So for this we have to increase the text size of status and reduce the text size of remaining one. And if position equal 2, then we have to increase the text size of call fragment and decrease the text size of remaining this. Now come inside our tab layout, and by default we set our user on chat fragment and the text size is 25 sp. Simply decrease it by 15, because in main activity I give the 15, so it is better here 15, and also decrease here. Now our work is complete. Now it's time to check our app. So I use debugging mode for checking my app. If you have low system configuration, then I always prefer you use debugging mode. It is better way to checking your app. So I connect my phone. So you can see my phone is successfully connected. So I click on run button and Gradle start building. So now you can see Gradle built successfully and it installed the application in my phone. Now application installed successfully, and you can see by default on our home fragment, and the text size of home fragment, or we can say chats, is large. And if I click on status, then I switch between status fragment. If I click on calls, then I switch between call, then I swipe. So if I click on status, then there is no text size change. So let's see what is the possible problem. So this is the problem. So you can see we have 3 items. We have chat, we have status, we have call. So by default I simply type here 2 times status, so I simply change this. So simply type here call again. Simply type here call again. This is silly mistake done with me. Sorry for this mistake. And simply type here call. Now one thing I also want to tell you, if you want to change your app name, our app is now completely ready and there is no worry about this. So if you want to change your app name, simply click on string.xml, which is in values folder, and this is our tab name. So you can type here anything. So you can type here WhatsApp or you can type here anything, it is your choice. Now I again click on run button and you can see Gradle start building. Now it again builds successful. So you can see by default on home fragment, if I click on status, I easily switch between fragment and now the text size work fine. If I click on calls, then it also work fine. And if I swipe using swipe option, and we can say if I use my finger, then I also able to switch between fragment. So hopefully you guys like this video. If you have any query, simply comment down below. I try to give the answer of every comment. Please like the video and subscribe my channel for more project. If you show some love to my videos, then I will try to bring more and more videos in a studio. So please share with the videos with your friend and family, and if someone working on in the studio. So please like the video and subscribe my channel for latest update. Thank you. See you soon in next video.